Hello, in this video I'm going to introduce you how to find the inverse of a non-singular matrix by using the elementary row operation. But in this video I'm going to introduce you what is meant by the elementary row operation. Alright, so the next video only I will start to finding the inverse of a matrix by using this method. So you have to understand there is another method that is called elementary row operation. Alright, so there are three types of operation allowed by these elementary row operations, okay, which is the row interchanging. Alright, row interchanging. Take the row, modify and multiply by a constant where the constant should not be 0 and the constant should not be 0. Alright, you have to add up with another the multiple of another constant. So what is the meaning here? So I'm going to tell you one by one. So for the first one, so let's say if I have this one, this is your row 1, right? Row 1, row 2, and row 3. The first row, second row, and the third row. So when, okay, you can see 1, 2, 6, negative 1, 0, negative 2, 3, 4, 22. Right, so when I'm drawing an arrow, when I said that you interchange the row 2 with the row 3. Row 3. The ij here refer to number. Okay, so now the row 1, row 2, and the row 3, you are interchange, switch. So means that you are doing this thing. So row 1 is nothing happen, right? There are no row 1 here. So the row 2 and the row 3 are switching. So means that there is 2, 0, 4, 6, negative 2, 22. Alright, this is the meaning of you switching the row. So, or I can say, if I switching again, I take the row 1, switch with the row 2. So the meaning is, you switching these two rows. The row 3 is not involved. So this is the meaning of interchanging. Alright, interchange the row. Means that the row 2 will become row 1, the row 1 will become row 2. Row 1 interchange with row 2. So 1, negative 1, 3, 6, negative 2, 22. Alright, so this is the meaning of interchange the row. Alright, so let's move on to the second one, multiply. What's the meaning of multiply a row with another constant, right? Multiply a row with another constant, which is a non-zero constant. So, okay, look at this. If I'm drawing an arrow, I'm using the second operation. Means that I will take the row number 2, for example, row number 2. I want to modify row number 2. So I take the row number 2, multiply with half. That's the meaning of the k here. Can be half, can be negative 2, can be any number. Alright, but it cannot be 0. So then you have half. So only row 2 is modified. So means that the row 1 is maintained. The row 1 and the row 2 is, row 3 is maintained. Only the row 2 is modified. The asterisk here show is modified. So half means that everything here you multiply half. 2 multiply half, 1. 0 multiply half, you have 0. 4 multiply half, you have 2. This is the meaning of the second operation. So, how if I do this way, right? I can using this, the same matrix, I take the row, the row 3. I can take the row 3, divide by another number. For example, I can divide by negative 103, for example, any number, right? Negative 103 to the row 3, right? So then the matrix will change. So means the first row remain. The first row tetap sama. Apa yang berubah ialah baris yang ketiga yang you darab dengan negative 1/3. 6 multiply with negative 1/3. You have negative 2, right? You have negative 2, right? So then negative 2 multiply with negative 1/3. Negative 2 multiply with negative 1/3. You have 2/3, right? And 22 multiply with negative 1/3. You have negative 2, 22/3. That's the meaning of the second operation, where you multiply by a constant. in order you can do this operation, right? In order to get the inverse of a matrix. So now, alright, this is the second operation. So go for the last operation. What is the meaning of the last operation here? So once you already understand what I'm writing here, this is just something to represent the number, the I and j. So let's move on with the third operation, right? The third operation here. Okay, the third operation refer to adding to another row, j, right? Another row. For example, if I said that, okay, row 1, right? I modify the row 1 by taking the row 1, right? By taking the row 1 plus with 2 times row 2, another row, row 2. Now means that row 1 and row 2. Row 1 is modified. Row 1 diubah suai. So means that the remaining one, the row 2 and row 3 is not involved in this process. So you write back 2, 0, 4, 6, negative 2, 22. Alright? 6, negative 2, 22, 2, 0, 4. So only the row 1 is changed. Right? Row 1 is changed. So you have to follow this formula. So the row 1. So what is the meaning? For example, this one. Right? For example, this one. So we look at this formula. The row 1, the value of the row 1 in this location is 1, right? So 1 plus with 2 times the value of the row 2. This one and this row. So 1 and 2, right? This is from row 2. So you put here 2. 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 plus 1, you have 5, right? We have 5. So again, this is for this. How about this one, right? How about this one? So for this one, you have refer to these two, alright? The row 1 and the row 2, right? So row 1 is negative 1. So you know negative 1 plus with 2 times the row 2. The row 2 here is 0, right? Row 2 is 0. So the result is negative 1. So I write negative 1 here. I hope you understand. And for this third one, then we look at this. Look at this. So it's 3 and 4, right? 3 and 4. So now it's 3 for the row 1, 4 from the row 2. So it will be equals to 3 plus with 2 times the row 2. 2 times 4. So you have 3 plus 2, 4, 8. You have 11. So you have modified the first row, right? This is the meaning of the third operation. Okay, I can give you one more example. So, okay, let's say now I modify this way. I take the row 3. This is the meaning I modify the row 3 using the third operation, which I take the row 3 minus, right? I can minus 2 times the row 1 or 3 times, any number you like. So row 3 minus with 2 times the row 1. Now it's between row 3. So now be careful. It's between row 3 and row 1, right? Row 3 and row 1. So the one that you not modify is row 1 and row 2, because row 3 is the one modified. So you write back. The row 1, negative 1, 3. The row 2 is 2, 0, 4. Row 3 is the one that you modify. So row 3 you should consider. It's between row 3 and row 1. The business is between row 3 and row 1. Baris ini dengan baris teratas sekali. Jangan tengok row 2. Right? So now go for 6 and 1. Right? For this, you look at 6 and 1. Right? 6 and 1 for this location here. For this, you will look at negative 2 and negative 1. Right? The row 3 and the row 1. Right? For this location, you look at 22 and 3. Remember that? So now for this, you look at 6 and 1. 6 from row 3, right? 6 from row 3 minus with 2 from row 1. So you have 4. 6 minus 2, you have 4. This location. So for this one, we look at -2 and -1. So it will follow this formula. The row 3 is -2, right? -2. So minus 2 times with from the row 1, -1. So you have -2 plus 2, then you have 0 here, right? Now go for this. We refer to 22 and 3, right? 22 and 3. So it means that the row 3 is 22. 22 minus 2 times the row 1, right? The row 1 is 3, right? The row 1 is 3. 22 and 3. So you have 22 minus 2, 3, 6, right? 6. So you have you minus 6, you have 16. You have 16 here. So it means you already modify the third row, right? So hope you understand the 3 operation that I mean. So the first one is interchanging the row, switching the row. The second one is you take a row, you modify, you multiply by a number, any number that are suitable, but not 0. So for this also, you take the row, modify by refer for another row, k times another row. So this is what I mean just now. So for now, I've introduced all you the 3 operations. So for the next video, I'm going to introduce you how to find the inverse of the matrix by using these 3 operations, right? I will tell you how to use these 3 according to the location of the inverse matrix.